It's 3 minutes gone past the hour of 9 o'clock in the morning time. It is the 6th day of the month of December. It is to the point for Monday, and certainly we do hope wherever you are that you're having a wonderful day. It's a wet day, notwithstanding the weather, but certainly that you are keeping your spirits alive. I'm Joseph Cadore, and thanks for being part of the broadcast. Those of you joining us wherever you are on Facebook page, YouTube channel, whichever platform, thanks for being part of the broadcast. It's an open line, and certainly we entertain your calls, your comments, your thoughts via telephone line or via the different platforms, whether it is WhatsApp or our Facebook page. We go directly to the telephone lines, 5 minutes past the hour. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, GC. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful, thank you. And yourself?
You see, good. You see, my gripe is Port Highway. Port Highway, I don't know why the government allow those people to build all this little shack around that area there. And always a hazard, because people come to buy things and they just have the traffic just hold up. And the fire station is right there. You understand? I don't know, they should put some code and do something about it, because they always have a problem on the ground there, between that area. And the second one is by Sugar Mill Roundabout. Sometimes you're passing and there's 3 or 4 wardens standing there. And people is crossing one by one. And when you look, you're seeing some long traffic all the way. I don't know why they don't use one warden to stop the people, gather them up and make them cross, a certain amount at a time. Because sometimes you try to drive, one run across. As you try, another one run across. You understand? So I think when those wardens are there, they should use one warden to make the people cross, as how they do in St. George by the bus terminal. Oh, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
That's an excellent point you make. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
6 minutes gone past the hour in the morning time. It is to the point. Open line Friday, open line Monday, 435. You can also post your comments on our WhatsApp page. The WhatsApp, same number, 435-2041. We go directly to the telephone lines. Good morning, caller. You alive?
Good morning, JD. How are you, sir?
Wonderful, thank you.
All right. I want to back up that first caller there this morning, especially with that traffic in Grandlands. It's a headache. And, I mean, sometimes you look at the amount of traffic and then it's just because of one person crossing over and over. Even with this morning, I was looking at coming down at close to the Altoids gas station. There's an ambulance parked there, I guess, picking up a patient or something.
Right.
And there's a warden just standing there, and the traffic is just building up, and she's just on her phone. And I mean, I'm not bashing them, but I think the commissioner or the traffic department, I think they should teach them some, how to really control the traffic and go about doing their job, and just sitting on their phone and just having a good time. That's my contribution this morning.
Thank you very much, sir. 435-2041. Good morning, my dear friend, Connaught, Superintendent Connaught. I hope you are listening. Maybe you can probably offer some word of advice as to the specific role and functions of the traffic wardens at the different points. We go to the telephone lines. Classic, good morning, you're alive.
Good morning, Joe.
Hi, good morning to you, sir.
How are you, Joe?
I am excellent, thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Could you might turn down the device in the background?
Yeah, not even that. I'm hearing you long after I spoke.
But there is a device in the background that's playing that I'm hearing. So could you turn on that device and let's conduct the conversation via the telephone?
All right then. Okay, I'll obey you. I'm obeying you. Let me go and turn it down.
435-2041. And just for general purposes, whenever you call in directly to the studio, we can conduct the conversation via the telephone. I know most ones you want to hear yourself, but that's not necessarily. Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Now, I want to see all those things that the 3 previous scholars spoke about. But sometimes I'm a bit slow for the simple reason. Most people, I don't want to say I include you too, they hate you for what you say what is right. Especially people like the police and so on. Now, when you talk about them, maybe they get together, or some of them have you in mind. I have looked into that a lot of months now. This traffic on the on the highway, by the custom, where you clear barriers and so on. And when I look at those things, you just cannot pass. Big trucks parked there, right and one, it becomes a one-way traffic. Either when traffic coming up or when they're going down, you have to wait on them some of the policemen are there, and yet they do not know what to do. As if they are afraid of maybe the big trucks, or they are afraid of the stevedots, because some of them, they're very aggressive. So I don't know. Not only that, we have a lot of roads in the country that have big holes in the center of the road, going up Bolio. And then, where do the policeman and the government want you to pass? These holes should be fixed immediately, because then you have this as hazards would be created, because you have to get away from the hole, because I don't think anybody wants to damage their vehicle. I have a vehicle too. And what I'm finding, a lot of us are being placed to do jobs. And because they are doing those jobs, they feel they are a superhero. And when you tell them about it, they are vexed. But they don't want you when the time comes to vex, when they stop you because you're trying to get away, or you stop. Even in the city, you see the policemen, they stand up. As the person said, they have their phone. 3 and 4 of them are talking, and the traffic is not moving, and they are wrong. In Melville Street is the same thing. You see buses parked on the side of the road, and when the police should tell them move, keep moving. I wouldn't say charging them, but yet for the police even stand up and talk to them. So then, what are they doing? Are they setting good example? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your thoughts. 435-2041, that's the number on the inside. It is an open line. It's today, Monday, and certainly giving you the opportunity to chime in on matters of national interest, whatever it is that you want to share, you get the opportunity. Good morning, caller, you're live.
Hi there, I could speak to you offline?
Well, not at this moment, because this is the program is facilitated online.
Okay, well, let me tell you why I called. I'm speaking on behalf of the people selling in the park. I think these people should move back to the market. These people are suffering. Now, if you go into town and you walk around, you shop around, you dare not go in the park to get an orange or a mandarin or a breadfruit. It's not fair for these people. I need the people to come back to the market, block off a street, and put these people back to life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. All the best. And the issue with the vendors, I mean, this saga, I'm not sure, and it would be interesting to know exactly what is the latest, because you've heard so many conversation regarding that the stadium relocation was expected to be a temporary one. And certainly you've heard a number of discussions that has taken place regarding that. 13 minutes gone past the hour. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Yes, Joseph. Good morning.
Good morning to you, caller.
Well, you see all this work these people and them have there, I could do with a supervisor work, to supervise them on the road to block those holes on them, because people truck damaging, the car damaging, so people need to get work to do. What do you say for that?
Well, we need jobs in the country. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We need jobs in the country.
Get people to crack those holes, as also Kabokari saying they have to crack those holes and breaking those people and them bricks or whatsoever in the vehicle. Fix the hole on them. Fix those holes. You see, in the hole now, they does not put enough things in the hole. They have to put big pieces of stone. And I say that you know the crushed stone.
Right.
Then you put the fine one, and then you ram it, and then you put what you're putting in it. But the tar does, it does too rich, so you take it out. And then again, when they put the tar to hold it, they're supposed to put some sand to bind it.
Okay.
Because that is how they used to do the road. So this quick thing they're doing there, and the tar melting with the sun, that is waste of money.
It's quite interesting. hopefully somebody from the Ministry of Communication and Works maybe would be able to advise on it. But I do, of course, the issue regarding the conditions of our road. In some parts, while yes, there are parts where work is being done, there's far too many roads that is in definitely a deplorable condition. Classic, good morning, you're a live caller.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
That problem on the port there, it has been years now this is happening.
Right.
But I believe what has to happen there is that they have to rearrange the entrance to the port.
Okay.
That shop or restaurant that is there must be moved.
Okay.
And the trucks, even the vendors on the side of the road there, they must be more organized in a better way.
Right.
That restaurant on the side of the port there, it's a security risk as far as I'm concerned.
When you say security risk, in what way?
Because you know what happens on the port. And people can bring things there and pass it and do all kinds of things.
In that context, okay.
And the vehicular traffic too, it obstructs vehicular traffic because you have so many trucks going in there. And as one caller said, it handbogs the traffic in that area there. Even the ambulance sometimes get problems when they pass in there. So they have to rearrange this whole system there and get some place to put the trucks and call them when you need them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair enough, sir. Thank you very much. And the truth is, what these concerns of what it requires is planning. It's not necessarily rocket science, and it just requires planning. I think the challenge is that we've gotten so used to doing things for so long that very often we tend to accept it as though it's the norm, as though it's the right thing to do. We go back to the telephone line. Classic, good morning, you're live.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Cadore. Greetings.
Good morning to you, sir.
Now, I wish that you pop up your ears and the Grenadian population for what I'm going to say here this morning. You know, it is unfortunate that our little country has reached to a stage where untrustworthiness has permeated our societal living so much. And in addition to that, garnish this untrustworthiness, which includes dishonesty, incompetence, and unreliability, has been garnished with what is shameless, institutionalized hypocrisy. And that is sliding or assisting, being a catalyst to the sliding of our country into the most demeaning state in this here world, Caribbean and in the world. Yet we boast about what we do. Unfortunately. Listen, I say this in the context of last Friday, the 3rd of December, being a day designated by the United Nations for the building of awareness on the cause, the plight status of people with disabilities worldwide. Over the years, since 2008, there's been a convention put in place by the United Nations to guarantee that people with disabilities worldwide get the recognition that they need and the attention they need from the various governments. Article 4 of a conduct, that said convention, expresses what state parties should do. It is there and it's crystal clearly written. To cut it short, I see that. I was reading a newspaper yesterday. It's called the Grenada, what's his name again? The No Grenada. And I met up there a speech by the so-called Governor General. And she was lauding, applauding the Grenada National Council for the Disabled for one couple of things. But first of all, it struck out at me for protecting the rights of people with disabilities in Grenada. I asked myself, for this woman, which world she lives in? The Grenada National Council for the Disabled is a private business entity owned by one man in Go. Why they continue to bluff Grenadians that way? One man owns a company. I'm happy to know now that they have a management and a board of directors, for Christ's sake. But these people have been fraudulently solicited in the name of a population that they do not represent for years. They don't even know how many people with disabilities there are in this here country. Why do that to the Grenadian people? Is this woman, doesn't she understand that she's putting herself in the most embarrassing position? Tillman Thomas recognized it when he associated with him a couple of years ago. And we hinted him on it and he recognized it. I wish that you would concentrate. Now what happened is that Paul Schoon set up a system. He rest in peace because a good master of mine. He set up a system where these people were given a sort of privilege while the office of the Governor General was acted as patron or patron, whichever you want to use, to the organization. But it's not a state body. Neither is it a para-state body. It's a private company. Tell the Grenadian people the truth. That's why I'm calling Mr. Cadore, that you bring these people, the owner of the company and his lawyer. So let me ask them 4 questions. Let me round off by saying this. The issue related to people with disabilities in this here country, Grenada, has nothing to do with fancy words from a Governor General. Neither does it have to do with any invitation to pity parties, nor does it have to do anything with pseudo-philanthropism. It is a fundamental human rights issue. Human rights, the 10th of December would be International Human Rights Day, where that would be also highlighted. Give the people the rights. The convention exists. Move, I urge you, Governor General, move towards establishing laws in this country to guarantee the rights of people with disabilities. This has nothing to do with handouts and make people feel good, to make your office feel good, and to MBEs and kowtowers to the British Empire. That has nothing to do with it. Let's get straight in this country. I said it's time to eliminate the shameless, institutionalized hypocrisy in this here country. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, sir. All the best to you. 435-2041. Good morning to those of you that's chiming in via the social media platform. Oswald Lewis, Kathy B, Kipling Francis, and others, Anna Dragbison, continue to question being asked. Why is it that the government continues to trample Grenadians as it relates to the vendors outside the Bruce Street Mall? So, vendors, if a bread has been put out of bread while tourists walking free in the country, then they're calling Grenadians hungry mouth, a state they created and continue to. All you wise up. Ooh, well said. Something here. Well, I learned something here this morning. Thanks, Citizen Rollo. Comments from social media. We go back to the telephone lines. Classic, good morning, you're live. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please.
The problem with the traffic on the by the port there is very simple. All we need is either a traffic policeman or a warden to direct the traffic and clear up the matter. That is all. But we have none there, and that is the problem. Okay.
So you don't have, it has nothing to do, you don't see that as having anything to do with the volume of vehicles that is permanently stationed there, the trucks and so.
Well, then the traffic warden would make sure to direct the trucks where to move and when not. That's the purpose of the warden.
Okay.
You need a warden there or a policeman.
Great.
The truckers would do what they want because nobody is there to direct anything.
You're right.
So we need somebody there to direct the traffic. And look where the police station is, just around the corner.
Okay, sir.
This is nonsense.
Thank you for your thoughts and your contribution in the morning. 435-2041. Good morning to Yulin Alexander and the rest of the team, wherever you are, those of you in New York. And thank you for joining us on this conversation this morning. Classic, good morning. You're live. It's to the point. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Yes, hello, good morning. I'd like to make a contribution, please.
Yes, go ahead. You're live.
As it relates to the traffic, I think we need to have a national conversation and to do things in a logical way. For example, trailers leaving the St. George's port during peak traffic hours with a 40-foot container, 20-foot container. God forbid an accident occurs. I think we need to have it in an organized manner that certain hours when there is little or no traffic, these containers could be removed from the port to their destination. And also the road tankers, those tankers that are carrying petrol, they are moving most times at peak traffic times. You know, should an accident occur, they are carrying highly flammable substances. And I mean, we can understand what will happen. Okay, so we need to get rid of that and do things in a better way. I don't want to bash the police, but I think at times they need to act with a greater level of intelligence. I'm talking from the top down. Place police officers in strategic places. I know you cannot put a police everywhere. The general public need to exercise some discipline too and cooperate and obey the laws of the land as it relates to traffic. Finally, I'm happy that the government has repurchased Renlec. Regardless of how one looks at it politically, I'm a patriot. I do believe we have the capacity to manage and govern that facility effectively. And I'm looking forward to the next cycle when the electricity bills will be read because of the promise that was made and the fulfillment of it. I'm happy that in spite of the high gas price, etc., the government responded to the plight and the cry of the masses to do something to reduce the electricity bill. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, sir. All the best to you. 435-2041. Thank you for all of your comments thus far. Captain Francis says, God has his way. If using people to showcase their unworthiness, it is up to the masses to open up their eyes. 26 minutes gone past the hour. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, there's more. And to the point is an open line forum this morning. We'll be right back.
Let's get tough on greed, yeah, larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the families, don't steal produce from your brother. Then you're selling to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop radio larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report pre-deal larceny, call 300.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, refuse, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Vaccine safety is always a top priority. Like other vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccines being developed have been through the same trial phases and rigorous process required for all vaccines. Global efforts on the development of the vaccines are built on existing research from previous coronaviruses like MERS and SARS-1. As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for their broad use in the population, be reassured that they will continue to be monitored to identify any adverse events. Your safety is our top priority. Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
Let me say thanks to those of you that's making your contribution via the online portal. This contributor says, well, good luck to Grenlec being managed effectively. The content of that Warrior report just keeps coming to mind. 435-2041, let's talk. It's to the point. This person says, problem with is too many situations in our country and that there is too many people holding and sitting in positions that are not qualified to hold, or they are not doing their job for which they will be paid. Just a little effort can fix a lot of problems. Traffic. And certainly when it comes to the issue of traffic, it becomes a management issue. Those, of course, whether it's through law enforcement and policies being in place for the appropriate parking areas. And a caller made the point regarding some of the vehicles that's on the road. One of the challenges that I have is that we planning. The vehicles are becoming bigger, but yet our roads, they are not becoming they remain in the same size. We seem to be, we're doing work on the roads, but yet, what are we doing? The roads seem to remain just the same size. Why aren't we expanding them? We go to the telephone lines. Classic, good morning, you're live.
Hi, good morning, Joe.
Good morning to you, sir.
A couple of things. The caller who spoke about Grenlec, I agree that it would be the ideal situation if the sole power company is run, is owned and operated locally. However, someone mentioned the Warrior report, and there was a very damning report on what happened then. And unfortunately, the same persons are the ones who are involved now. I'd also like to make a reference to a statement that was made by the Minister of Work, who is also the Minister of Finance, less than a month ago, when he said that don't expect lower electricity bills until 2030. He actually said that. It's on record. It was in your news. Now, fast forward 3 weeks, and we're hearing about all those things, which are welcome. But how sustainable are they? Are they gimmicks? The same minister said it will take us 10 months to see any lower bills. And he comes back now in the budget and gives all those discounts. So we have to take those things with a pinch of salt. We have to be very serious about what we believe and how we accept those things. One quick thing, though, on the matter of road safety and security. It's about a month now. A tree fell along the Morris Bishop Highway. just outside of where Mr. Victor Ashby lives. They came, they cut part of the tree that was away into the road. There are branches that are still within the area marked up as the apron, where a disabled vehicle can pull aside, or where pedestrians are supposed to walk. 1 month. Many people walk there. It's a busy place for walking. It's the fastest road on the island. And you tell me, all these environmental, wardens, and all these road gangs we have, the police have them garage just down the street. No one finished to move that fallen off the road. This is Grenada. From the airport. I mean, this is so ridiculous. It ain't fun. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, caller. And just to add to this morning, just over the weekend I was having the conversation, and I've always tried to ascertain why is it when there are occasions where whether it's the individual that's cleaning the streets, the roads, they trim overhangings. They trim the overhangings. They remove debris from the drains, and they're then placed on the sidewalk, and they remain there for what is, if you ask me, for too long a time. Our roads are narrow. Most of our roads, there isn't an established sidewalk. And as such, because of limited parking, you have vehicle owners who certainly, they would park on the side of the road. Is it for wantonly doing so? I'm not going to say so, but the question is planning. Where are they going to park? So you have to compete with that. Plus there's debris that's left on the side of the road. Certainly something for the Ministry of Works to look into. 25 minutes on to the hour, we go back to the telephone lines. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Joe.
Good morning to you, sir.
You know, Joe, when I listen to the last caller, you know what I do? I feel to see if my ear is there to try to understand. Well, am I hearing correctly? And when you listen to Citizen Rollo, how much longer would he have to talk about those things for us to see some intervention? But what I really call to say is that, Joe, today is the 6th of December, is it? So it means in the next 2 months we'll be celebrating our independence. Is there anything been said about that? What is the position? And then after that, in the next 2 years, we'll be 50 years as a nation. What will we be showing for 50 years as a nation, Joe? I think we need to put some emphasis on that. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, sir. Interesting observation. Can we ask the IGPF what are they doing about the drivers who are driving their vehicles with loud music on the public road? Which is very annoying. In the absence of truck routes, as an earlier caller suggested, maybe there ought to be certain hours when these trucks can be on the roads. Sometimes something can be worked out. And I'm agreeing 100%, whether or not it's the SLs, the big construction. I think it just takes planning. It requires a national conversation. Some folks may not agree with it from the outset, but some things it is the way that it has to be. Because the roads are narrower, but the vehicles are becoming much bigger. And certainly it requires a national conversation as to how do we address these concerns. 435-2041. Let me just check social media, WhatsApp, to see what's happening there. Again, encouraging those on WhatsApp, please just post your vehicle, your comments within the section, and I will attend to them. We are not entertaining direct calls. This person says, after listening to the PM yesterday, I thought, no, that's an old comment. That's a very old comment. Let's see what's happening here. This person says, bless, could you remind us that we should not litter around the Dunfumbling leading to Belong area, and also the road leading to Upper Gut, is it? Truckloads of galvanized materials, old fridge machines, and wood with projected nails and other dangerous materials almost in the road. This is very dangerous. Please, I beg you. And this is interesting because We've heard the solid waste division. They've made the appeal over and over. They've made the appeal that, listen, you pay for it. You already pay for it. You pay for it as duties, environmental levy. Call the solid waste division, make arrangements, and they can pick those items up for you. Yes, they can. So there's no reason why it should be dumped at different points of the island unnecessarily. We go back to the telephone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I'm calling back. The problem you mentioned with the bigger trucks or bigger vehicles and the road is narrow. It is very, I don't understand how we can see it. Too much small businesses are encroaching on the road. We need to get them off so that you can widen the road. If you, oh my God, you look at, you're going to see what happens. Even right on the carnage there, right on the port, all these businesses are there. You can't widen the road. Hence, the road is so narrow. The trucks it's causing a traffic jam all the time. That is the problem. These businesses have to go further in or somewhere else. But they're on the road. You can't widen it. How are you going to widen the road? Tell me something. Huh? Oh, please. Help me.
Thank you very much, sir. And I think, as I said, we continue to highlight the fact it takes planning. Somebody has to start the conversation. This contributor says the issue with the derelict vehicles on the side of the road is a nightmare. What is the delay in removing them? Everything in this country takes too long to remedy. 435-2041, that is the number on the inside. We go back to the telephone line. Classic, good morning, you're live.
Good morning, son. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Okay. All of us have complaints, right? But based on all the complaints, what you're hearing, lack of planning in Grenada is very, very poor. Yeah. Especially in the south areas, you see the complaints about the road. Now, if you go through the Montour area and number of the places, and you see we have people parked. Now, probably many of the people who will actually complain is from those areas. And when you look at it, it's a compromise. You ask them to move, they don't want to move. They give an attitude. All this kind of thing. So one side you have complaint, and the next side you have, when you go to address the problem, it becomes another problem. Yeah? So people have to understand that if you have to move forward in life, we have to compromise, come to certain terms in life. And you don't make everything a problem. Yeah, many people even fail to clean the drain in front of their own home. They wait until the government people or whoever it is. But if everybody come out and do a little piece on their own, we could do much better. We could achieve more. Yeah, but you have to give in to get, or you have to give in to make life easy and make it happen in life. But we want everything done free. We want others to think for us and all this kind of sort of stuff. Yeah. And that the main problem here we have in Grenada is lack of planning. They don't plan long term. You continuously want to spend more and more and more. If you're going to make a road, the road will need drainage. Okay, and based on how they see the movement today, a 10-feet road is not good in Grenada anymore. You will need at least a 12-feet road and drainage. So then they will just do what they see. That is what we see. It's not what you see. Think before you do that. Instead of making a 8-feet road or 10-feet road now, go ahead, talk to the people where we're going to make the road and facilitate the road to 12-feet road and proper drainage. So you do everything at one time. Yeah? Instead of you going and spend money over and over, and it's not, yes, a lot of money is being wasted, and you go a lot of other places, you see a lot of wastage, and you keep spending money 2 and 3 and 4 times on the same thing what you're doing. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So you don't expect a minister or a permanent secretary in the ministry. It's the people of Grenada is the government and not just whoever runs. So if people speak up, you have to listen and act on it fast. Yeah, whenever you're doing certain things, you don't wait. Yeah, you just lack a designation. You cannot get a system moving in Grenada as fast as it's supposed to be. But we all want betterment, but you're not acting. I don't know if I'm saying this is making any sense to you.
I'm getting you, sir. I'm getting you. We have to do something.
Yeah, we spend too much money on unnecessary things. Where you need to spend, you don't spend it. And where you have to spend, on all this kind of stuff. Yeah, even if you look at some of the road that works, some places, It is beautifully done. Some places like, man, throw a thing and let's move. That is how it is. You eat your food. No, it is our own tax money that we are wasting, yeah? Do something proper.
Thank you very much, sir.
Have a blessed morning.
All the best to you. 435-2041. Just a measure of concern, and I'm noticing that there's a lot of projects road projects being facilitated across the country. And kudos to the government, the different ministries, that ministry that is involved in it. But the challenge is that as part of getting the sidewalks, whatever it is that has to be done, braces are being put up, and it's already reduced. It is further reducing on the side of the road because they're trying to support, let's say, the drainage on the side. You want to take a 3-foot, whatever is it, brace to support that now limits the side of the road. And certainly it only adds to the problem that we have in the country. Yes. And again, the question is, when as some of these projects, maybe we need to start considering alternative routes, and that also has to be a conversation, especially when the plans are being in place to do some of the main thoroughfares. It must be done, but I think it must be done in such a way that alternative routes are considered before these jobs are done, because something it can really create a real hazard, especially on the main road. You have projectiles there, there's no sidewalks, traffic on the road. Something has to be done about that. We go back to the telephone lines. Classic, good morning, you're live.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning to you, sir.
You have rules stating that people should be at least 10 feet, I think is from the center of the road. And yet for all, you have people who are placed to see after these affairs. And yet for all, even now, you've seen people building right on the verge of the road, jamming the road, not even a foot from the main road. You've seen it go all parts of the island. It is because certain people feel that they are above the law, and they have been placed above the law by those who are supposed to carry out the missions, what they are assigned to do. Some people are afraid of people. In other words, people should be given work once they intend to do the work, not because they cannot do the work and because they are your supporter or because they are aligned with you. And this is the problem in Grenada. Everyone has his or her friend. People still have vehicles in the center of the road. People still putting up big walls to bar when I say bar, as they say, to protect their houses maybe from thieves or from something. So we have to carry out the rules of the land. But even some men, whether it be policemen or whoever, policewomen or the warders, they charge people, and you can't go in court and win the case even if you are right.
Okay.
And this is the problem, because people are not giving people justice and doing what they're supposed to do. Everybody's an island in Grenada. Since you live up to a certain breed of people or a certain political party, whether it be this party or the party that have gone, it's time that we get out of that and study for the benefit of the country. Not me. Me first, me second, with me last. That's the problem.
Thank you, sir. 435-2041, that's the number on the inside. It's the sound of classic. It's an open line. We're just 12 minutes onto the hour in the morning. Again, we continue to make the appeal, and thank you, contributor, for sending the post just to follow up with the comment, the observation that the caller made regarding the fallen tree that's literally taken up the entire sidewalk. And the challenge is that, as we've intimated, in most cases, we do not have sidewalks. But on the very rare occasions when there is a sidewalk facility, then there is an entire tree trunk, which obviously they trimmed, but the entire tree is literally, the body of the tree is sitting there. And thank you, caller, for that. I'm trying to figure out. 435-2041 is an open line. I'm probably going to see when we get through to forward this to master control, so maybe we can make it literally highlights to the public what is it that the caller is actually making reference to. A classic, good morning, you're live.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir, go ahead, please.
Other times when people go on the radio and they see, they heard that government minister this and the government minister that. They're lying, you know. I met a lot of people a lot of times. I say, when did the minister see that? Oh, another person tell me that. You know, and this is so disgusting. They always lying on the people. They hear the minister say that, and the minister say that, and Kit Mitchell say this and another lies, man. These people stop this nonsense, man. It's disgusting, man. Oh, good morning, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And yes, well, I understand. I think there's a challenge in our country. Third-party information. We tend to live off of that. What somebody has said to us, or what we heard somebody's reported, and that's why I normally encourage us to be part of the process, whether or not it is a budget presentation, there's just parliament that's happening, there's the news. Listen. Be part of the process so you can get first-hand information. But to say that they lie, I think in most cases the intentions are pure, but at the end of the day, we're not measured by our intentions, are we? We're measured by exactly the things that we do and the things that we say. We go back to the telephone lines. Classic, good morning, you're live.
Good morning, I'm trying to get on to the...
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
I'm trying to get on to the point.
Yes, you are live.
Okay. Now, my problem is, there was a guy, a bus conductor, on Friday.
Before you continue, though, there is a device in the background that is creating some feedback. Could you just take it off so we can conduct the conversation via the telephone? And again, this is an appeal, and once you're calling, we conducted the conversation via the telephone.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Go ahead. No, I wasn't intending for you to hang up, call. I was waiting for you just to take, and just for, again, to make the appeal that once you're calling in, please, we conducting the conversation via the telephone. Turn down the volume on whatever device is that is in the background. Good morning, caller. You're alive.
Yes, my dear Joe. Good morning, and good morning, Grenada. I just want to advise Grenada. Everything you hear, we have so many complaints. What we need to do, Grenada is going down the tube. They keep saying that, but it seems that we are not seeing, as though we are hoodwigged. We're not seeing where we are going. And I'm asking the nation and the churches to pray, to seek the face of God for great deliverance for this country and for our people. Because what is happening in this country, we are not aware. People don't know what's going on. We only hear another talk, and every day we have complaints. So we need to seek the face of God and to seek it sincerely and diligently and ask God for mercy, grace, and deliverance. Thank you, Grenada.
Thank you. All the best to you.
All right.
435-2041. We're running out of time to the point this morning, but certainly you get an opportunity just to share. We continue to take your comments on all the different platforms. This person's contributor says an investigation needs to be done with the companies that are hired to do road constructions, the type of material used, a lot of substandard quality in every aspect. It is equally disgusting when things are right in front of the folks and they just continue to bury their heads in the sand. We go back to the telephone lines. Classic, good morning, you're alive.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, one of the major problems with us in Grenada, there are too many wastage in Grenada, all over the place, wastage, and people not caring or concerned. And it's like a Duquette Dam places we're getting on. Now, I have a friend that came to live in Grenada. They come and live in Grenada, right? But they told me that before they come to Grenada, make up their mind to come to Grenada and live. They study the Constitution and then the law, right? And surprisingly, because they was coming to take a job in high position, and when they come here and they start living here, they said they want to do the thing by the right way, what the law says, what the Constitution says. And the Grenadians say, no, just do it so, just do it so, do it so, do it so. When that one was this, she used to do it so. This one used to do it so. She said, no, I studied the Constitution of Grenada before I take this job and the law. So when people in high places, a lot of people is trying to do it right. But under the ground, all ordinary Grenadians are also as Grenadians, showing them a different way, a wrong way to live, operate just because we are family and friends and relatives and things. The law is the law, right is right, wrong is wrong. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And it's interesting that we say that, and I agree with the caller 100%. And very often, but you see, sometimes we are our very own worst enemies, because very often when change is being implemented, we make it look as though we trying to take away somebody's living. So you may hear the question regarding vending on the sidewalk. And if the police tries to intervene, then you hear us say, well, listen, folks, one of the challenges that we've gotten so used to this vai lack of order. And sometimes I wonder, you hear people argue that's how disorderly we are as a nation. We seem to have a contempt for law, regulation. If they say to stand in a straight line, we decide we're going to run around in circles. They say run around in circles, then we're going to stand in a straight line. There are laws and institutions in every country that is intended for us to be followed for the smooth running, the effective running of the country. And certainly that's what needs to be done. 5 minutes on to the hour. Krista, I sent you something. If you can help me, please help me if you can on your WhatsApp. Before we go, just let me know. But I'm gonna entertain this next caller. Classic. Good morning.
Yeah, Joe. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, that's Pastor Colin, Pastor Mackey. I just want to say to the listeners and to the audience, if we follow our Constitution and even our national anthem, in our national anthem we say ever conscious of God. But we live in Grenada now. It seems that we're no longer conscious of God, even the authority. They push God aside and let's put it generally, we're doing our own thing. Therefore, we will not get it right. Anytime we exclude God in what we're doing, then the scripture tells us there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And not that the scripture also tells us righteousness is always exalt a nation, but sin is a reproach. And today we're living and seeing what's happening to our country, and not only our country, the entire world, where we remove God from our life and do what we want. There are a lot of laws and legislation that people lay down, and you find countries and persons in authority giving people their rights to do what they want, to live how they want, when God tells us how we could live. I mean, they passed legislation that people could marry who they want, men with men, women with women. And then even in Grenada here, we are saying ever conscious of God. So where are we going? So therefore, we cannot get it right. That's why you see all this thing coming upon the world. And that's the truth of the fact, because we don't want God. That's what the Bible said. When they don't want God, they don't want to retain God's knowledge. God gave them over to a reprobate mind. And that is what we sow, that we reap in. So therefore, we got to get it right. We got to get back to God, teach our children in the schools, even on the job, wherever we go. And therefore, God will turn things around for us. But more we leave out God in what we're doing. Therefore, if we're not pleasing God, where are we going? So therefore, we have to be very conscious of God. God first, and then all other things. Look, the pandemic here, look at the frontline workers. They risked their lives, and look how they were treated, and look what was said. And, when I looked, Jojo, and I saw they were giving them a muzzle of food, whether they wanted them to sell them, but right. But, God would be a merciful God to us, because today we could say somewhat, we a little bit out of the neck of the wood, but at the same time, we got to do what God said, the scripture telling us what to do, but we are not doing it. So therefore, we are going down the road. But, Joe, this is all that I want to say.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Folks, we're getting ready to wrap, but just for the purpose of those of you that's in television, and I want to say thanks to the contributor who sent the post via WhatsApp regarding the fallen tree on the Maurice Bishop Highway that's been sitting there, that they intimate has been more than a month now. Certainly, that tells a picture all by itself. If that is in fact the current state, and that is still there after a month, and that tells a picture, a story. As they say, a picture tells 1,000 words. It's a story all by itself. And certainly we are calling on the authorities, the Ministry of Works and all the other public officials to address the matter as it is. It is a disaster waiting to happen. It's on the sidewalk, and either way, it doesn't look sightly either way. Thank you to the contributor. We really and truly do appreciate it, folks. This is where we have to leave the conversation now. Here for now. Tomorrow, to the point, would be law enforcement representative from the Royal Grenada Police Force. They were expecting them to be in, and certainly we continue to do what we have to do as we continue to play our part in a nation building and to be part of this progressive movement of change. Until then, so long everybody. JC love you. You take care. All those of the contribution that came via social media, thank you. We do appreciate it. Julian Alexander, the entire team, Sen Bernard, Andrea Sen Bernard, Kipling, Ragbasin, Onesto, everybody that is online, we say thanks as usual for being part of this conversation, and good morning to you, Cynthia B. Until then, so long. You take care. Have a great day.